Yes, things have gotten worse than they've ever been before on the earth. And it's really sad and disheartening to see how many of our women, only our women, have fallen for the wiles of Satan, the enemy. You love this nation. All I see on Facebook and TikTok and all these reels is a bunch of proud, blind, vain, worthless women smiling like a damn Chester cat and wanting to be seen, proud and vain, shaking their flesh, and posing for photo ops with worldly people on vacation, taking pictures of their food and stuff, rebellious to men, have left their natural use, many of them, and your natural use is for the purposes of a man. You are offended at the commandment to submit, and you're making your own rules, talking about if he this, and there wasn't no stipulations. You were supposed to submit unto a man. And it's I'm actually glad to see a lot of men. I think there's a term, it's called MGTOW, MGTOW, and it's called men going their own way. Yes, it's gotten worse than Sodom and Gomorrah ever was. And it was going to bear out. Every whit of what Yahuwah spoke by the Son in Scripture is going to bear out, especially Isaiah 4:1. The time is going to really come where women are going to plead for a man to cover them and take them as a wife, to take away Yahuwah's reproach, because the world, the earth is full of Jezebels. And I made a comment, and it's not to be offensive. Just like every man has his measure of wisdom, as some men have been blessed with stature and strength, women have their blessings. Some have been blessed with more beauty than others. That's a woman's, that's her grace. It's a shame for a woman to be bald headed. I see women cutting their hair off and the shit look ridiculous. It look like a plucked chicken. But getting back to what I was saying, every man has been and woman has been blessed with their measure of whatever the Most High has given them. And women mostly, they don't like that. They'll go out and go to the doctor and change that and get this put in, this put in. They'll put in much effort and work at the gym to try to look good. They want to be worshiped, but they don't want to do their part. They want traditional men, but they don't want to be traditional wives. It's gross. And there are no suitable wives out here for Hebrew men, Hebrew Israelite men. It's really sad. The percent is very low. I'm not going to say all, but there's the vast majority. I would put the number easily at 90% easily. But just 2 generations ago, none of these women are like our grandparents, grandmothers. They knew their place. But it's gotten to the point, and you have to always see things spiritually. Homosexuality is accepted and promoted, encouraged. Women and women who put on a man's garments are an abomination unto Yahuwah. And it just doesn't mean clothes. And I see not just that, women are dressing like men. They're giving off masculine energy, talking, laying out stipulations and demands. The way they talk, riding bikes, chewing on cigars, wearing wide brim hats. And Yahuwah himself told you that's an abomination unto him. Just likewise, a man going about doing female shit, doing hair and talking and walking, that shit's an abomination. He made man first after his own image, and a man is a man and a woman is a woman. You're supposed to be so far from masculinity that it's attractive. And that shit is not attractive, and men wisely so are dropping out of the dating game, and really, you can't even go abroad to get wives, because we're not supposed to take foreign wives. That's just the truth of the matter. So I don't condone going over here to, what's that dude, over to Thailand and all that shit. It's sad. We can find daughters of our people from the islands. They tend to be more humble. However, the wickedness of Mystery Babylon has even infiltrated that. You got women trying to teach men. I be talking to the men on the congregation, old bitch, and I use that word because it's in the scriptures. Old shameless woman to jump up on a post and want to throw her 2 cents in and talk, and it's terrible. But rest assured, it's going to get straightened out. And the kingdom, those of us who are written in his book, the kingdom is eternal. It ain't gonna pass away. This one's gonna pass away. And it's sad to see, but many who have heard and despise the words of the elect, the real truth, because he knew you wouldn't study to show yourself approved. So guess what? He caused the elect to be born to teach you and to preach. And guess what? If you are offended by their words, you're offended by his words. And guess what? The lake of fire is just. It's just recompense for you. And it's a terrible place. Eternal torments where the flame never dies and neither does the worm. You know, the worm of those little heat monkeys, it never dies. Yet, most of you will hear this and you will still get offended. And many of you are going to go to the lake of fire because you put children and family before the truth. And His Majesty plainly told you. He said, any man that loves mother or father or, son or daughter more than him is not worthy of him. Just keep in mind, Lot's wife actually did better than a lot of you women today. At least she picked up and listened to him and tried to leave Sodom. But she didn't make it. Lot didn't get out of there with his wife. Many of you ain't even going to try to leave. You're going to stay right there. And it was laid on my heart just to say that. These are those days. It's sickening. What do you get out of all of these pictures? They're going to condemn you. You sitting up there smiling, you got buttons, I voted in Mystery Babylon. How would that look in judgment? I voted in Sodom and Gomorrah. I supported this wicked leader. You supporting these false pastors. That should be the first. You should see this place for what it is. You should be supporting Yahuwah and Yahuwah's men. It's really sad, but you know what? It makes no difference. A whole generation of women could be killed and the nation won't go anywhere because it starts with the man. A man can beget sons and daughters with any nation or race of woman, and the offspring is still going to be Hebrew. So we can start a whole new generation. And yes, there's going to be births in the kingdom. Just show you how much you don't study. I think that's Ezekiel chapter 36. So I advise many of you women, and it's probably going to fall on deaf ears, to get your head out your asses. I remember growing up and women used to always say, men think what they what's. And the truth of the matter is you're speaking your own thing. Women, you all think with your asses. You're out here walking with half naked, you're uncovered thinking you dressed, and you got the nerve, just like that one woman gonna come to a man with all this masculine talking about, pull up your pants, bruh. Women talking some bruh shit. And the young brother, I commend him. He didn't even say a word. He looked at her and smiled, and he reached out and zipped up her, because she had all her boobs out. He went and zipped that up and didn't even say nothing. And that's just how confrontational. A lot of you women have become brutish, confrontational. You don't realize, and it's lawful for a man to discipline a woman. Trust me, that's in the scriptures. It's Mystery Babylon. Just like in The Color Purple, when Mr. said she needs to be taken down a peg or two. Shit, a motherfucker, man, put a yard on your ass, put the fear of Yah in your heart. I bet you think twice about opening your mouth against them. And see, over here, Satan encourages, he'll come against you. So you men, we have to be wiser. Separate yourself from these wicked women. Because if they provoke you to the point to where you have to do that, you don't need to be around them. And that's the truth. And that's more than 90% of them. They're too mouthy. I see women talking about, real women, we talk back and all that shit. Yeah, that's not fucking righteous. Y'all love to talk about righteous women and think you got some biblical knowledge and you don't even understand the spirit of Ruth. Why? Because you don't have it. It's lacking in you. Going on whole phases and all this shit. A woman is supposed to only know one man in her life. Don't even understand what marriage is biblically. Just because you got a little piece of damn worthless paper signed by this wicked nation state don't mean nothing. Many of you in marriages that ain't nothing but adulterous relationships because you're not studied. You don't know Yahuwah's laws, his eternal laws. And the great falling away happened years ago. The great falling away is even now, and it's really sad, so I'm just talking. I guess I'll upload this because Facebook has been censoring. So, but their day coming too. Their day is coming too. But truth shall never be censored. They may try to, but truth is always going to come out in the end. So just take those things into consideration. I really don't. It seems futile to even be saying it because all I see is people getting more worldly by the day, and you're proud of it. The Most High done took his spirit away from even stepping over a decade ago. And many of you, just like the church, it's dead. And many of you still in there laying with that harlot. You know, the spirit has been gone, and many of you out there just because you want to be seen, taking photo ops. Nothing like it used to be. And His Majesty said, there's nothing wrong with having fun from time to time, but he say, see to it that you don't get carried away with partying and the ways of the world, and that day catches you unaware. That day is your death. When you die, judgments like that. You're going to feel like you went to sleep, so you're going to wake right up, and you're going to be right there and with a new consciousness in torment, or very, very few people are going to be in profound peace. So with that, just another warning.